Let's welcome anchor Edward Otto Zelke. He has a successful career in financial marketing and serves as the Director of Marketing and Sponsorship for the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida. Edward, community unites for Yom HaShoah Remembrance on April 23rd. Tell me what's happening.
Yes. Temple Sinai of Hollywood and Temple Beth will host a moving Yom HaShoah Holocaust Remembrance Day event on April 23rd in Hollywood, Florida. The free in-person gathering begins at 6:15 with a poignant photo gallery exhibition followed by the main program at 7 p.m. The event honors the 6 million Jewish lives lost and the survivors who continue to share their stories. A stirring performance by the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida will provide a reverent musical backdrop. A candle lighting ceremony featuring Holocaust survivors and their descendants will ensure their voices and experiences are remembered. A vital discussion entitled Education or Indoctrination, the Teenage Helpers of Auschwitz will explore the roles of young people in the Holocaust. The evening concludes with cookies and conversation, offering guests a space for more reflection. For more details, visit gmcsf.org. Wow, you hear about different stories from the Holocaust and survivors and stuff, but I think this is the first time that I'm actually, hearing about, what the teenagers, what no matter on what side you were at that point. I speak only on my grandmother's experience. She was 17 years old and she came over on the boat from Germany in 1937 to escape all of that madness. So it's something that has always kind of resonated with me, even though our family isn't Jewish. But our family had the hindsight in Germany back then to say, you know what, this is just not right.
This is one of those things for me that now in my later seasoned years of a special 37 years old, and, I feel like, and this might not be like the best thing to say on air, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like I've sort of lived this life of privilege of not really thinking about the Holocaust that much. And it's horrible to say that out loud. So much has come from that event, good and bad, and just thinking, yes, of course, I had that chapter in elementary school. We all had that little peak of our history class that definitely should have been more of something that we really, really honed in on. But I'm excited, for lack of a better term, to learn and educate myself more than I ever have in my life, simply from an event like this. So,
yeah. Go ahead. But so much of our history is being erased.
Right.
And I think something like this gives us a great remembrance and visibility and in a different light that people may not have seen it. And I think that's a great story.
Especially the LGBTQ plus voices that were there as well, because, we definitely have to make sure that we're telling their stories as well. We had a segment about Outshine film festivals and stuff. So it's all of these vehicles are so important just to get the message out there for generations to come. When you go through experience like this, I equate this to like 9/11, and I was in New York that day when that happened. And so those memories are still with me and they carry with me. But, it's just a matter of, at this point for me, what I do with that information and how I share it and how I honor my cousin's memory who was lost that day. So, it's the same type of thing with the Holocaust, I feel. So.
Right, remembrance. I mean, Yom HaShoah has taken on even greater meaning at this time as there's all sorts of rises in violence. And it's a reminder to never forget and to never let such a thing happen ever again.
And a reminder that we were even still around being queer and gay during the Holocaust. So these are voices that we want to hear. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing, and Queer News